Hey YouTube, how's everything going? It's really usually quite a nice thing when one of these boxes comes back from NGC, freshly graded with lots of lovely, amazing coins inside. But this particular one was sent to NCS, the conservation arm of NGC, for grading, and it contains one coin that is mine and some other coins which were given to me to send on to NGC NCS by some members of the Silver Forum. And this one, I think it's fair to say it could have been better, and that the results weren't anything like I really thought they would be when I sent these coins in. So I certainly wasn't ready for these particular results. And whilst I may have been happy with my particular coin, which you'll see at the end, overall it was happiness tinged with sadness as well. So before I show you the unboxing of this, I thought I'd try and find some material to explain to you a little bit about the job of NCS and what they do. They are meant to be to reveal your coin's true beauty, promoted by the American Numismatic Association. And well, let's take a look at what NCS say themselves in their promotional video.
Rare coins are timeless treasures. Unfortunately, time can be the very thing that works against rare coins. Residue, spots, and undesirable toning or tarnish can develop over the years, reducing eye appeal. Fortunately, numismatic conservation services may be able to help. NCS is the world's only professional coin conservation company. In our state-of-the-art facility, we've conserved many of the world's most important coins and collections. Century-old coins retrieved from shipwrecks, historic coins from the Smithsonian Institution, the National Museum of the United States, and countless high-grade modern coins. So, what kind of damaged coins will benefit from conservation? Most hobbyists have seen coins stored in soft plastic flips. If you have, you're probably familiar with the undesirable and harmful green slime that develops on coins left in flips for too long. It's actually an environmental reaction to PVC, or polyvinyl chloride, a plasticizer used in the manufacturing of some flips and mint packaging. Many Chinese modern coins, for example, were sold in PVC holders and end up with an unattractive haze that can potentially damage the coin's surfaces. Coins with active PVC residue are ineligible for NGC certification. If the professionals at NCS believe a coin will benefit from conservation, they can remove the film to recover the coin's original surfaces and provide long-term protection. A thorough evaluation takes place before any conservation work begins. NCS professionals evaluate every submitted coin on a case-by-case basis to determine the safest, most effective approach. Using proven chemical and non-abrasive techniques, NCS will remove not only PVC residue, but also spots, unattractive toning, and a variety of other contaminants, without altering the coin's original surfaces. Our conservators see a great variety of surface conditions on a daily basis, from complex mysteries to simple blemishes like copper spots. With professional conservation techniques, this spotting phenomenon is often removable. A more complex challenge is the removal of contaminants used to deceive collectors, such as applied films or artificial toning. In many instances, NCS conservators can get rid of the additives without altering the surface underneath. In some cases, coins that were previously considered ineligible for grading and encapsulation by NGC, a sister company to NCS, may be considered eligible after conservation. But it's important to note that NCS conservation does not guarantee a higher grade for a coin during NGC grading. There are also some instances when NCS will not attempt to conserve a coin. For example, we never reverse mechanical alterations, fill holes, re-engrave details, conceal hairlines, or fix mint-made irregularities. These strict standards and our commitment to the hobby are why the American Numismatic Association and Professional Numismatists Guild have selected NCS as their official conservation service. If your collection suffers from undesirable surface conditions, professional conservation from NCS could be the answer. Many coins that seem beyond hope can not only recover eye appeal, but also achieve a level of stability that protects them for years to come. We're available to answer questions and discuss your collection's eligibility for conservation. Call us or email us today, or visit ncscoin.com.
So back to the real world, and let's take a look at some of the results of NCS conservation. While I'm doing this, just to let you know, if you have coins with the dreaded white spots, NCS conservation won't be able to deal with that, only with haze and those kind of problems. So the first one, to me, this looked like a really good coin, and I didn't see any problems with it, although I didn't examine it, under a microscope or with a loupe. It looked pretty good to me, and the guy who sent it to me thought it looked pretty good. But even after conservation, it only got an MS66. There are quite a number of coins that did even worse than MS66 for this particular year, but this is, I thought this coin would probably get a 69 or so after conservation, so it's a little bit of a disappointment. So it's a 1991 large date MS66, still a beautiful coin even with the MS66. However, as you can immediately see from the purple label, this one, which is a really expensive coin, it's a very specialist Panda. I thought this would do pretty well, but they decided to give this a details grade, even after conservation. I'm kind of surprised, but and it looked pretty new. I can't remember, but I don't think it was in its original packaging. It was actually in a capsule, but it wasn't in the original manufacturer's packaging. So maybe it had been messed around with by some previous owner over the years. 1995, small twig, small date. In 69, this would have been a very, very expensive coin. Nevertheless, it wasn't to be. This next couple of coins was given to me by another one of the stackers on the Silver Forum to conserve, and I think you probably saw this arriving a few videos ago before when I was unboxing it originally. So the Panda did really well, MS70 2015 Panda. This coin I think is one of the most beautiful Chinese coins. I love this coin. I wouldn't mind getting one of these myself. It got an MS69 after conservation. That's a really good grade for this coin. In my first video I said I thought this was a proof. It's actually an MS69, not a proof, but to me the strike looks pretty proof-like. I'm not quite sure why this isn't a proof, but there you go. I guess it wasn't sold as a proof. This next coin was another one given to me by the same stacker as the first two, and I thought I really liked the look of this. I thought it should have done very well. Clearly there are one or two little marks on it which maybe stopped it from getting that MS69. When you look at it in the light, you can see one or two just little blemishes, and they must have been enough to knock it down from 69 to 66. So it's still an expensive coin. The quarter ounce 2006 is still highly desirable, but it did have a little bit of value knocked out by the 66. The next and last coin in this small collection is really the success story, I think. This was a coin that I bought in a capsule, and if you look a few unboxings ago, you'll be able to see this being unboxed. I got it for a reasonable price because it wasn't in OMP, and I know a number of people, including Ikeo, commented that he thought it looked really, really good, and I was absolutely delighted that this coin got an MS70. Now, an MS70 in a modern Panda is great, but it isn't exceptional. An MS70 in a 2006 Panda, well, it's pretty exceptional. There are 35 only of these coins that have been graded MS70, and you can see here from the census, in fact my coin made number 36. So it's not, it's not one of the absolute rarest MS70s that there is in the 120th, but you can see from the census data, compared to 150 of them in 138 with a 69 and a few lower than 69, 36 is really, really good, and it does add quite a considerable value to the coin. I think probably I paid around $125 for it. I invested about $35 in the slabbing and conservation, and it makes it, in the end, about a $300 to $320 coin. So that really paid for it, and I was thrilled to pieces. So I hope you enjoyed that video and stayed right until the end. Please visit the Silver Forum, and please like and subscribe, and above all, comment.